Good morning, everybody. The show is called TBR Solutions Sports Forum. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by Tshepang Last Born Kgole. Last Born, welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Shabalala, and to the viewers out there. Thank you for having me this morning.
Yeah, it's very exciting. The World Cup is so exciting. We are seeing so many history being broken. Ronaldo is one of those people in those brackets. And then we are seeing so many things. And not only that, it's quite happening in the World Cup. We see big surprises. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I want to start here. Remember, Big Art Solution, it's a financial and business company. We are all about financial education and business. So link it to sport because we want to see what can we learn from sport, because some of us are really learning a lot, because you cannot separate sport from financial issues or day-to-day business. Now we've seen that Kaizer Chiefs has netted Kappa, right, after quite a while separation. And then remember, they were partners in 1989, which lasted for about 7 years, up to 1996. And Kappa was synonymous with football in South Africa, especially Kaizer Chiefs. You'd see the Chiefs fans in Kappa regalia. So they made it very, very big. And then as we hear the rumors, Kaizer Chiefs decided to part ways with Nike. Apparently, they were not happy. That's the rumor. I still want to qualify that. They were not happy with what they were offered, which I say heads off to Kaizer Chiefs. If you are not being given what you think is due, why not move on? And remember, the relationship between Kaizer Chiefs and Nike was 20 years, 20 years partnership. So yeah, we wanna see something new. And then we saw the commercial director of Kaizer Chiefs, Jessica Mtaung, was in Italy to sign the deal. So what an exciting news. Last one?
Yes, yes. Exciting news ahead. I could say that for Kaizer Chiefs to be reunited again with Kappa, those are exciting news. As you're saying that the fans as well, they kept on wearing that Kappa jersey, the old fans, still carrying the jersey even now. Just to show that, this jersey comes from a long way back, I could say, from a long time ago. And for them to reunite with Kappa, I guess that the relationship with Kappa is kind of solid right now. I think maybe the benefits that they wanted, within maybe the contract or the new deal, Kappa managed to meet them. So these are big news, but with Nike as well, it's a huge blow, I could say, because when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, I think this was one I could say team that was carrying Nike in South Africa, in terms of retail sales, marketing sales, everything. Chiefs when it comes to merchandising are one of the best. And when in business, in sense of business, they're one of the best in the business. So it will be a huge blow for Nike. But yeah, as you said, if your demands unmet or if a deal isn't what it's supposed to be, then I think you should cut ties with the brand.
I don't see anything wrong with what Kaizer Chiefs did. In fact, they did well. You see, it's high time that we need to be valued. We cannot be undervalued. And then I saw the CEO of Kappa was very excited that, look, Kaizer Chiefs is one team that has a support base of almost nearly 20 million. 20 million, that's a big number. Remember, we are about 60 million in South Africa. Now you have 20 million as support base. Chiefs has really, really done a lot. They need to pep themselves at the back. They are a team to be looked at. So congratulations to Kappa. And Kappa has been very clear that they want to be a leading brand in Africa. So what a good way of doing that with Kaizer Chiefs. Who else can you do it? Kaizer Chiefs, right? Al Ahly is one of the people that you can look at if you really want to be a big brand in Africa. So I was just mentioning the people who can drive that brand to another level. So congratulations to Kaizer Chiefs. While we are still there, I just want to show the leading brands in football when it comes to the sporting gear. Guess what? Nike is still on top, and then is followed by Adidas. And look at the gap. They beat Adidas with almost half. All right. They're as twice bigger than Adidas in terms of the revenue that they're making. Nike is making about 44.5 million US dollars, when Adidas is making about 23.5 billion. And then Puma is making about 6.2 billion. Under Armour is making 4.5 billion, and then New Balance is making 4.1 billion. Lululemon is making 3.3 million. Asics, do you still remember Asics?
Yes, Essex. Yes.
So Asics with Tembisa Classic, if you remember quite well.
Yes, yes.
And Colombia, 2.6 billion. Fila, do you still remember Fila?
Yeah.
At number 9, 2.5 billion. And Reebok at 1.8 billion. All right, Nike is what you call Kappa is not there in the top 10. So, but maybe after this relationship, they will start to climb the ladder there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll watch the space. What's your take?
Yeah, seeing brands like Fila, I could say, Fila, Reebok, Essex as well,
Mm,
they are still within the top 10. So that tells you something that
mm,
even if maybe you don't see the brand in front of your eyes,
mm,
you think that it's dead, but it's actually not dead.
mm,
Um, the brand is actually still quite big.
mm,
But I'm sure Kappa is in maybe the top 20 or top 15
mm,
of international brands.
mm,
But I'm sure definitely soon. I mean, it is starting to,
mm,
get out there again,
mm,
and
mm.
I'm sure it will be in the top 10 pretty much soon.
Do you see how we look like now in terms of our design?
Yeah, true.
The bigger or TBR we are coming up. Watch this space. We change our logo. We change how we appear. Now we are improving. Look now how we do with the statistics. Last one. Thank you very much for that. And then now let's move on. I still want to go back to the story of Robert Marawa. I'm very excited about Robert. And then I spoke to some friends. Please put me in touch with Robert. I want to interview him. I've not been lucky, but that doesn't stop us in talking about him and what he has done. The reason why I'm doing this, I want people to go out there and support Robert. Buy the book, and then he's the son of the soil. I think his heart is at the right place, and then he wants to change something. When I navigated watching various interviews that he has done since he has finished the book, he's very sincere. He believes in something, and then he was coming out as Robert Marawa, prepared to take the Giants. So I said, you know what? Here we go. And then nice interview on McG. McG asked very good questions. Only one question was very disappointing for me. I was happy with the way he asked questions. And then there was one he asked, but he never gave him the chance to respond. Probably was pressed by time. He wanted to ask the next question. So that was a let off. The other one, it was T-Boss on KFM. I wasn't happy. They were just talking about their relationship. We're not talking about the book per se. you see, because we wanted to hear about the book. So he talked so many things, and then he was very sincere. And I wish him good luck. And I'm calling people out there, go out there and support the son of the soil. I'm happy with his guts to take the so-called powerful, and shake. The other thing that I noticed as he was speaking, he was very sincere. He believed in something and he wants that something to be carried over. And I like as he spoke, he grew up in Ngandla, the farm, and then the way he took, the endurance and the tenacity, the mere fact that he had to walk from Wits University to Auckland Park to try to meet Aliyah and all that, all those struggles, the heart attack story and all that, and what he suspect, what happened, what led to him being sacked at both SABC and SuperSport. He doesn't say it in many words, but all the fingers, according to what he says, they point at Dr. Ivan Koza. So yeah, I hope that they'll get together again and discuss this thing so that it's over and dusted. I don't know what to take. Have you
Yeah, no. Robert,
around the
I
book?
feel like yes. I feel like it would be an honor to get an interview as well, or just be in the same room as as Robert Marawa, just to feel, his presence and the mood and him talking about the book, the whole experience, seeing his emotion, I think it will be very good to get the sense of that coming from him. But I actually started reading his book as well, just a glimpse of it, and the things that he talks about. I mean, if even now, currently, if you follow him, even maybe listening to his shows or how he navigates life, you could actually see and how truthful he is as a human being. So, I really also want to know more regarding Robert Marawa, and in a sense of that's what I'm saying, maybe in person, not just behind the camera or behind the TV screens, but just to be there and see and listen, how he actually moves, just to sense him. So, but I'm very happy of the book that he has launched, and I think it was about time. People needed to hear his story. People needed to hear a lot coming from Robert Marawa, because that man is a legend and he's really contributing a lot, in South Africa.
Fortunately enough, I've met him.
Mm.
Myself and Vusil as well have been friends. I don't know whether you know Vusil as well. He was a DJ at Metro. We've been friends for some time. I think Vusi and Melanie Sun, they were going to interview me at Metro some years back after I've released one of my books. I can't remember whether it was my first book. I think probably it was my first book. So Robert was there. Vusi was doing the drive show, and Robert was coming for the sports show starting at 6. What a very good person. The way he greeted me, the way he talked to me as if he knows me. I was very touched about the manner he comes out, to interact with people. So, yeah, good luck, man. We'll try. If you get him, we get him. If you don't get him, well and good. Remember, we are all busy. So I'm sure he's busy trying to put other things together. So, yeah, but we'll keep on trying to ensure that we interview him. But for us, let's move on. World Cup has started. Things are really, really happening. My team. I remember the Argentinians. You know what? Let me put the record straight. The reason why I'm supporting Argentina, I want Messi to win the World Cup. That is the reason, okay? But first and foremost, I would like to see the Africans doing well. Unfortunately, this looks like it's the last World Cup for Messi. So hence, I definitely want him to wrap up, his illustrious career, his colorful career with this cup. But I can tell you, even if Messi doesn't win this World Cup, there's no way people can say, no, he has lost the crown of being the best. You hear what I'm saying? The best. You see, what he has done so far, qualifies him to be classified as the best. Why we want him to win the World Cup, he has tried. I think he has tried 4 times now. This will be the 4th time. So that's why I wish him win. Unfortunately, they lost. And I watched that game. There's no way I could have missed it, man. I watched that game. You know what? I know Messi like Otamendi, but I can tell you, Otamendi was guessing, especially the first goal, if I'm not mistaken. The second goal, of course, it was a mistake by Messi. Remember, they took the ball from Messi, and then when they went there, the defense. I don't know Otamendi for me. I've never liked Otamendi. I know Messi likes him. At some point, we heard rumors that he wanted him to come at Barcelona. That's what we hear, that he likes him. But I never liked him, but if you look at Argentina as a team, they're a very good team. I think the problem is there, the central defense. You remember, Otamendi is not even tall. The central defense are not so much tall. So that's it. But well and said, done. Let's move on. Arsenal, not Arsenal, should Ghana, they've made us proud. Finally, they won. They won 3-1. What do you want to say?
Yes, no, that's not Ghana, it's Cameroon. Yes, Cameroon managed to win against Qatar, 3-1. I think in that group, it's a very tight group, I could say, but um, they had to get those maximum points. They had to get the points to get their campaign off the ground. It's great to see at least one of the African teams getting the points because they've all lost their games.
Yeah.
Morocco drew, but the other teams lost. But yes, yeah, but I've one African team, maybe two or three should actually try and push and reach the last 16, of the competition because I expect more from our African teams. I mean, even watching Senegal uh, during the week against Netherlands, they should have won that game, to be honest. It was just unfortunate that they considered at the last minute those 2 goals, but they really had Netherlands pound for pound. And if we'd actually look at the possession and the statistics of that game. They had the most shots in that game, and they were just unfortunate not to convert their chances. But I expect more from African teams because they are very dominant and they don't sit back. Even when they play against big teams, they go all out. So I expect more from them. I'm glad Cameroon won, and I expect more from the other teams as well to actually try and push and reach the last 16. But congratulations to Cameroon. At least now they're on the right track. Maybe going to the last game, we'll see what happens if they'll be able to progress to the last 16.
In fact, Bafanas is not Cameroon, it's Senegal. I also said
Oh yes,
it's
yes,
Senegal.
Senegal. Yes,
Senegal
yes,
are
yes.
the ones who won. And you can imagine, had Senegal played with, what's his name? Sadio Mane was there.
Money. Yes, yes.
But I'm happy. I want them to progress. They can go as far as to the finals. I'll be very excited to see that. So it was Senegal. But I don't know whether you have noticed what is happening. The new star is born. This guy, the Ene Valencia, the Ecuadorian, he's leading now with 3 goals at a World Cup. All right. This is not a tournament, it's a World Cup. All right. Then Ene Valencia, look at his statistics. This season for the club and the country, has played 24 games and he has scored 18 goals and then 4 assists and then 22 goal contribution. Then the World Cup top goal scorer at the current moment has 3 goals, and then a Super League top scorer with 13 goals. Ecuador all-time top scorer with 37 goals. Ecuador top scorer at the World Cup with 6 goals. This man has done well. What can you say about this?
Yeah, he's been doing well. From the first game, he scored 2 goals. Yet again, he came back and he scored again. He's really pushing his team. He's carrying his team and is the captain. His leadership. So truly tells you that he's really trying and he's pushing the team to actually reach a bit further in this World Cup. So, yeah, currently I could say, with him, maybe a lot of teams now are starting to get attracted, to sign him. And in terms of that, maybe after the World Cup, we'll be seeing some changes when it comes to maybe the January transfer window or at the end of the season when the market opens again. But he's on the right track. He's doing well. He's on the right track.
What's your take about World Cup so far? All the games that you have watched.
Okay, in terms of the World Cup, I would say one thing that's on people's mouth is the upsets. When it comes to the big teams, I mean Germany lost as well. A lot of upsets in this World Cup. I mean, Argentina as well. Okay, some won, yes. Netherlands, France, Portugal doing well. We should talk about France as well, defending champions. They played well during the first game. If people watch that game, they should actually see how they actually gelled. The French were gelling so well in that game. They played so well. Um, we cannot write them off. They're doing well. They did well in the first game, but the World Cup so far, it's nice seeing the small teams picking up, getting the points. I think that's one thing that's attracting a lot of people is the small teams are picking up the points and they are doing the job compared to the big teams. So I think that's an upset about the World Cup currently. But the first round, I could say, was brilliant.
No, I've shared the information about Pedro Gonzalez. Look at his statistics. This young man is brilliant, man. 136 games, 16 goals, 14 assists, 30 goal contribution. Remember, this young man is in the middle of the park. He's not a striker. Copa del Rey champion, an Olympic silver medal, UEFA Champions League breakthrough in 2020. Europa champion, young player of the tournament, Europa champion team of the tournament, Trafalo Aldo Rovita 2020-2021, Golden Boy. Golden Boy. These are the titles that were won by Messi, man. Even Ronaldo has never won this Golden Boy. And then Copa Trophy, and then IFFHS, Wales Best Youth. Ronaldo does not even have this. The boy is doing exceptionally well. What's your take about it?
Yeah, I mean the numbers are good. Um, I mean, started from the Euros. If we could go back to 2020, I mean, all of these achievements, he achieved them during the Euros when they're playing the Euro competition. I mean, what he did in that competition was actually phenomenal. That's when he won the Golden Boy Award, youngest player of the tournament award, started getting all of these awards. This is when we started to see Petri actually. The boy was just 17 at that, 16, 17 at that time, but the things that he was doing was actually incredible. But there's a young boy as well that he plays with called Gavi as well in the middle of the park. So those two boys are, I could say, they are gems. Those two boys are the future of Spanish football. So it's very exciting to see them play and what they're doing currently.
Okay. You know what? There's one player is really underrated and he's a good player. Olivier Giroud. I used to like this player when he was with Arsenal. I could see that this guy's got a good touch. All right. And then first touch, Olivier Giroud's first touch is always brilliant. He can trap. And then, he's not the fastest player, but he's also a good finisher. Look at his statistics. For Arsenal, he played 253 games. He scored 105 goals and 41 assists. Chelsea, 119 games, 39 goals and 14 assists. Montpellier, 85 games and then 39 goals and 17 assists. AC Milan, 57 games, 23 goals and 9 assists. And then France national team, 115 games, 51 goals, and 14 assists. What can you say about Olivier Giroud? I can see he's another shining star now in the World Cup.
Yeah, no. For his age, he's doing quite well, hey? Managing to equal Thierry Henry in the
Mm,
all-time leading goal scorers for France. They are both
mm,
sitting on 51 goals, but I
mm,
see him surpassing Thierry Henry's record.
mm,
Maybe during
mm,
this World Cup, I think
mm,
he might
mm,
actually surpass that record.
mm,
I mean, for a 36-year-old,
mm,
he's doing well.
mm,
Giroud always been one of my favorite players as well,
mm,
especially when it comes to the French national team.
mm,
He knows how to carry the team well, even if he doesn't
mm,
score, but his contribution towards the game is
mm,
actually spot on. I mean, it's
mm,
just like the 2018 World Cup when they won the World Cup. He
mm,
didn't even score a goal in that World Cup, but he managed
mm,
to start all games. But his contribution
mm,
in that World Cup played a huge role. So
mm.
yeah, he really is underrated, to be honest.
Very
He really is
quiet, very,
underrated.
very
Yeah.
quiet, but doing the business. Eh?
Mm,
Very
true,
quiet,
true.
but doing the business. Now let's go to our last section of the show, the Messi Special, of course. You know I'll always do this. But now we are watching World Cup, so I'm not gonna share much because I'll be watching tonight. I'll be watching tonight, of course. I cannot miss that one. I hope load shedding is gonna be nice with us. I hope so. And then he put Argentina ahead with penalty. And then he's the first player in Argentina to have scored 4 goals in 4 different um, what you call World Cups, and then has overtaken Gabriel Batistuta and Diego Maradona. And then by this time, he had equaled Ronaldo and Suarez for 7 goals in FIFA World Cup history. But I think the statistics, I got them just before Ronaldo scored the other goal. Remember, Ronaldo now is the first player to score in 5 World Cup tournaments. That's your Lionel Messi today. And then, Bafanas, what do you want to say?
Yeah, Tina, I saw an article when they're talking about Lionel Messi, saying that he's emotional, he's feeling down, and he totally wrote that article off when he commented that he's actually okay. People should stop assuming things. He's in a good space at the moment, and he said that there was just one game. There was just one game, and
Last born? Last born?
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. You got cut. Where are
Yes,
you? I can't see you. Let me see you.
yes. Yes, he was saying that there's 2 more games to go, so people should actually calm down and they're not out of the competition yet. So I'm
Mm.
looking forward to tonight's game as well.
Last one, thank you very much. I really appreciate. I still want to stress that time is very important, and I would like to thank our viewers out there for taking your time and listen to what we are talking about, because your time is very, very important and it's very valuable. And then thanks, I can see that our numbers are climbing in terms of subscription, in terms of views. Yes, I still want to hear more comments and then tell us where we are doing right, where we are not doing right. We always try to improve. Can you see now we've got new graphics now? We are becoming better now. So probably
Yeah.
you'll be able to assist us to be a better organization. So last one, your last words to the viewers.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. And to the viewers for the support, and as well as on our group chat, on WhatsApp and the Facebook page as well. The growth and the information that's being shared. We thank you very much to the viewers and the followers out there. And to you also, Mr. Shawalala, for contributing towards in building the show and uplifting the show as well, and for pushing it to where it is right now. I really thank you very much for the opportunity.
I need to thank especially Tabiso Silimatsela, Tabo Ramahapi, Mpombodi, and who else who are really commenting on our Facebook page, and yourself. Thank you very much. Tabiso is very active, very active. But all of them, Pomboti, Thabo, I'm happy. Remember, Tambo has changed the name now. It's Tabinho now. He's a what you call a Brazilian fan. Tabinho, we thank you very much for being supportive. And then thank you, Tabiso. We also thank you. And who else? Who do I forget? Who comments a lot in our page, Facebook page? Yeah, Mcherere. I'm seeing Mcherere also comments. Jerry Musetla Epakania. What a Pagania. Pagachuchu. Thank you very much. Please keep on subscribing. We want to grow. We can only grow with your support. Much appreciated. I thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services. Prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above, and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time. Give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, whom we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people, they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.